Hi, myself Suraj Yadav. Today we are talking about collection, stack, and queue. Firstly, we are talking about what is the collection. The collection in the Java is the framework that provides an architecture to store and manipulate the group of the object. Uh, Java collections can achieve all the operations that you perform on the data such as the searching, sorting, insertion, manipulations, and deletations. Java collections means uh, a single unit of the object. Java collections frameworks provide many interfaces, set, list, queue, dequeue, and classes, and array list, vector linked list, priority queue, hash set, link hash set, tree set. Uh, main definition of the collection is the collection represents the single unit of the object that is group. Now we're talking about what is framework. It provides the ready-made architectures. It represents a set of the classes and interfaces. It is optional. What is the collection framework? The collection framework is represent the unified architectures for sorting and manipulating group of the object. It has a interface and it has an implementation, that is a classes and algorithms. Now we're talking about what is stack. Firstly, we are look at the stack in the stack and what is queue individually, and then we are discuss the difference between the stack and queue. Firstly, we're talking about what is the stack. The stack is a linear data structure. In case of an array, a random access is possible. That is that is any element of the array can be accessed at any point. Whereas in stack the sequential access is the only possible. It is the contain, the follow, the insertion and deletion rule. It follow the last in first out, in which insertion and deletion takes place from one side known as the top. In stack we have insertion the elements of similar data types, and that is the similar data type element cannot be inserted in the same stack. The two operations are performing last in first out, and pop operations. The following there are some operations. First one is a push. It is an operation in which elements are inserted at the top of the stack. The push functions, we need to pass an element which is want to insert and stack. Pop. Second one is pop. It is an insertion in which the elements are dead from the top of the stack. In the pop functions, we do not have any pass an argument. Pick. The functions return the value of the topmost element available in the stack. Like pop, it's return the value of an topmost element but does not remove that elements from the stack is empty. If the stack is empty, then these functions will return a true value, or else it will return a false value. Is full stack is this a stack full, then is the function will the return the true value, or else it will return the false value. Now we're talking about what is the queue. A queue is a linear data structure. It is an order list of the follow the principle, first in first out. First in equi is the stack of the follow some restriction of the insertion and deletion. In case of the square, insertion is performed from the one end, and that end of the known as the rear end. Deletion is the performed from the another end, and that end is known as the front end. The queue is technically words for insertion and deletions are in queue and dequeue. Uh, Technicals for the insertion and deletions are push and pop respectively. Its structure cannot two pointers and front pointer and rear pointer. Whereas the front pointer is pointer that points to elements was the first added to the queue, and the rear pointer that point to the element inserted last in the queue. There are two similarities between the stack and queue. linear data structure, both are the stack and queue are the linear data structure, which means that the elements are the stored sequentially and accessed in the single run. Flexible in size, both are stack and queue are flexible in size, which means they are grow and shrink according to the requirement at the runtime. This is the topic. Thank you so much.